And hello, everyone who is online right now. Welcome to this random late stream. It's 6:05 right now, where I'm at. Which I'm sure if any of you guys are living like in New York City or whatever, it's 9 o'clock where you guys are. So I apologize for being pretty late. Yeah, I honestly just kind of just randomly said, you know what, I'll do a stream. Why not? I have myself playing on the computer as well. I might as well turn that down. Yeah. I don't know why. For some reason, when it comes to streams, the quality just goes down. Not quite sure why. It's weird. It's weird. And I already got 8 people watching? What the hell? Well, hey, guys. That's pretty cool. Hello, Derek Hassel. How you doing? I almost said Hasselhoff for some freaking reason. Is... Octavian Fernandez, I can clearly see that a lot of people who watch my videos are still somewhat in the Brony fandom. That's interesting. Not bad. You say hi, and then you say, you ever heard of Cubo? Yeah, yeah, I've heard of Cubo. Not sure if I even know what it is now. Can't really think about it. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. I mean, I got the chat right here. DJ Electric 2000 says, "What's good?" I'm doing good. I hope you guys are doing good. Interesting story today. I had a audition, for a show that I'm gonna be, hopefully I'll be doing in Hollywood. It's with one of the theater companies that I've been with for a while. Kind of the Alex is back, yeah. Crazy. But yeah, I'm going to be in another show. Hopefully, I think I'm cast in there, or if I'm not 100% sure about that. But I'm doing another show. Hopefully in April. We'll be on the weekends in Hollywood. Which will be cool. It'll be very, very cool. Again, it's with a, theater company that I've been with for a while. I've been with them ever since, shoot, the age of 7? The age of 7 or 8, I think. So, I've been with them for a long time. It was mainly me, kind of a theater camp thing. My mom got me into it because, when I was a kid, I was always into theater. Like, I would always watch, well, I remember when I was a kid, I was watching these, like, stage shows, and I would always, me, my sister, god sister, and then god brother, we would always, and then sometimes our friends would come over, and we would always kind of pretend to put on plays at the church, or put on plays at each other's houses. We clearly liked that kind of stuff, and I was kind of the only person that, I guess you can say stayed with that, because my god sister, she's now doing gymnastics, and even though my god brother Logan, he likes to act, but he doesn't really act anymore, mainly because, you know, he does have special needs, and that is kind of difficult, so he wouldn't really be able to, I guess you can say, fulfill certain roles or anything like that. Plus, and I hate to be kind of brutally honest, he is somewhat difficult to work with as well, and so there's kind of that whole situation. But yeah, hopefully I get cast in that show, which would be pretty cool. Be very excited about that. And yeah, so that's my story. That's what I did today. This week, before I read some more of the chats, because I know some of you guys are already asking me questions. Surprised I got 12 people watching me. That's insane. What am I trying to say? Yeah, how was your guys' Valentine's Day this year? I hope it was good. For me, it was half good, but then it got worse. Because, first of all, if you guys don't know, I'm single, but that has nothing to do with anything on how my Valentine's Day was. For the most part, like, I was, you know, just treating it like any other day. It was kind of like, it's cool, it's blah, blah, blah. But then, of course, as you guys all know, and hopefully you do know, there was a, excuse me, there was, unfortunately, a massacre that happened at a nearby school. Not a nearby school. What am I talking about? I don't live in Florida. But yeah, there was a massacre that happened in Florida. I think the city is called Parkland or something like that, or I think the school is called Parkland. I'm not 100% sure about that. But there was this deranged guy who went to that school, and apparently it was that dangerous that he had to. He was first of all, he was expelled. Well, actually, let's go in order. First of all, he was prohibited from taking a backpack onto campus because they found him that dangerous, which is insane. And second, he ended up getting expelled, and then he went to the school and shot and killed 17 people, which is awful. I hope he gets what he deserves, really. I hope he spends the rest of his life in jail, or at the very least, he gets the needle, because people like that do not deserve life. That's how I feel it. And honestly, when I heard about that story, and honestly, also just knowing that nothing's gonna change, really, like, you know, the gun stuff is gonna stay the same. We're not really gonna do anything. Congress isn't going to do anything either. That kind of put me in I won't say a depressive mood, but it really put me in this mood where it was, I don't know, I was just kind of frustrated and down about it, and it was terrible. It's just awful. But, yeah, so that was my Valentine's Day. My Valentine's Day was kind of iffy a little bit. So, yeah. Was there anything else? Oh, yeah, and on Thursday, I got to see, which is, I'm planning to do a movie review with, for that one, because one of my friends, I think he's seeing it either tonight or he already saw it earlier today. Not 100% sure, but on Thursday, I got to see, The Black Panther at the El Capitan Theater. And, it was, first of all, it was a really good movie. This is coming from somebody who isn't really, and this is a weird thing about me. I'm not really a fan of superhero movies. Not to say that I think that they're bad, you know, because when I see superhero movies like the Avengers or anything from DC Comics or whatever, well, not anything, but some things from DC Comics, and I apologize for the phone in the background, but I enjoy them. Like, I enjoy watching Spider-Man, I enjoy watching the Avengers, I enjoy watching Thor, I enjoy watching Iron Man, you know, so superhero movies, yeah, I do like, but it's, the weird part about it is that even though I know I enjoy going to see those movies, or at least I enjoy seeing those movies or anything like that, it doesn't really, I guess they just don't draw me to see every single one of them, or to go to a movie theater and be like, hey, I'm gonna watch this superhero movie or whatever. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, but I enjoy them. But yeah, I really did like the Black Panther movie, and me and my friend Javon, or at the very least, I'm planning on doing a movie review with Javon, and I think for that video, I'm gonna have him do most of the talking in there, because I don't really read any of the Marvel comics. He has read the comics, and so he can go more into depth of how they did the movie, and, you know, I guess how truthful it was to the comic or to the character, or I guess so. I don't know. He'll have more info, and I will just be the person who says, hey, I like the film, blah, blah, blah. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, so that was my week. It was interesting. And that was basically it. So, I don't know if there's anything I want to particularly talk about, but you guys have asked me some questions so far, so I'm going to go ahead and read them right now. Let me see where I should. One Mikey19 says, hey Josh, how have you been? I've been pretty good. I hope you've been well. Mr. Pleo the crap artist says, hello, how you doing? Then Mr. Ed Awesome says, is it normal for milk to harden in the microwave? I don't know. If the milk's, I don't know. I literally can't answer. I mean, probably not. I mean, if you're heating up any liquid, or most liquids, I'm pretty sure it shouldn't harden unless there's something in it, I guess. I don't know. Waluigi and Bowser Jr. says, "Sup, how you doing?" Kurt Williams 669 says, "Regular Judge 1, have you heard about the Peter Rabbit movie controversy about the allergy bullying?" Oh, yeah. About that. Two things, because I'm facing a bit of controversy about the video I made a while ago, and I'll explain that. So, the first thing about the allergy bullying thing. I haven't seen the movie yet. I want to see it as soon as I can, but, that may not be able to happen. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. You know how ticket prices are, and, I'm kind of low on money, so I can't really see a lot of things, especially since I gotta pay Mom, the phone bill, because, but, phone bill is in my, my phone bill, so, because I'm paying for my own phone now. But, yeah, I heard people were complaining about the, food allergy. I guess Peter Rabbit and his friends kind of use, McGregor's food allergy, I guess, as a way to take him down or something. I don't know. Again, I haven't seen the movie, so I really have absolutely no idea what goes on. I guess I do know that people were saying that, it's kind of dangerous that they would put this in a kid's movie because I guess kids will follow it and yada yada yada. Though, the thing is, I've seen stuff like that happen in a lot of other cartoons and a lot of other movies that kids watch, and I haven't really seen anybody complaining about that. So, I don't know. A part of me kind of feels as though people are being maybe a bit too sensitive now or whatever, and maybe I could be wrong about that. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. I'm just saying that. I've seen videos. I mean, not videos, but movies and TV shows do the same thing. Maybe he done it to a bit of an extreme. Not 100% sure. I don't know. All I can say is, I guess if anything, parents should, if anything, kind of say, hey, you see this that's happening on the screen? Don't do it. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Parenting is definitely different from what it was before. When, you know, you were watching Looney Tunes and they were literally having guns and shooting it at people and smoke comes out. I don't think kids were stupid enough back then to do that. And at the same time, I don't think kids really had, you know, access to guns back then. I don't know. I don't know. But, yeah, anyways, now on to the second part where I'm talking about my own controversy, which is not really controversy with the video I made, about the Peter Rabbit movie, but, I've recently have been getting, like, comments where people were kind of telling me about Mr. McGregor and how, oh, it's his nephew who comes over and blah, 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 and stuff like that. There was this one girl, which I really hoped was a troll, but I can't tell if she was being serious or if she really was trolling me or whatever, but, this person, wow, excuse me. She, you know, said that I triggered her, which was like, what? It was because she was like, I know this video was made in 2017, I'm watching this in 2018, but you were so wrong about Mr. McGregor and blah, 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 you just triggered me, and shit. I was like, are you serious? I'm triggering you over a video that I've made about almost 3 to 4 months ago. Really? And to everyone who keeps saying, oh god, you gotta watch the movie first, it's this and that, blah, blah, blah. Look, I know I have to watch the movie, but the thing I have to complain about, can people, at the very least, when they watch my videos, or any video for that matter, check when the video was posted, please, before commenting, because what you might be saying right now might be completely irrelevant, because I mean, you know, again, I made this video, like, at the beginning of November, and that was a little after when, after the trailer came out, and I was reacting on the trailer. I might have to change the title to the video. I don't know, because obviously people are getting, confused, because again, the video was made in November. How was I supposed to know anything? I mean, especially considering the fact that when all the trailers and all the promos I've seen of the Peter Rabbit movie, I have yet to see one trailer where it explains that, oh, this guy is a nephew of Mr. McGregor and he's coming over and he's da 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 da. hasn't really said that in any of the trailers or whatever, so, you know, there honestly, I don't think would have been any way for me to know that before until I see the movie. So, yeah. So, my whole thing is just, please look at the dates when I posted the video and understand that I was reacting to the, excuse me, I was reacting to the trailer, not the movie. I have yet to see it, and I want to see it, honestly. So, yeah. So, that's the end for the Peter Rabbit thing. Let's continue with some more questions. Crunchy Cookie 06 says, keep up the good work, Josh. You are awesome. Thank you for that. When you're not on YouTube, what do you like to do? Well, when I'm not on YouTube, if you're talking about, like, not making YouTube videos, or if I'm just not watching YouTube videos or whatever, I don't know. But I'll just say as, you know, whatever. But when I'm basically in my spare time, I mean, I am on the computer a lot, and I do watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I do search Facebook, and I also search Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But, which I should plug, I should put my Instagram name here, actually. So, if you guys are interested in following me on Instagram, hold on. Just want to double check before. Okay, yes, my full name. Yeah. There you go. So, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, follow the link right there. Not the link, but that's where you can find me under Joshua Boyd Williams _actor on Instagram. So if you want to follow me and see the kind of stuff I post and blah blah blah, then yeah. But anyway, as I was saying, yes, I also drive for Uber Eats at least 2-3 times a day, 2 or 3 hours a day. That's one way I gain some money. Because I still don't have a job, and I'm still trying to get a job. I'm trying to apply for this place called Ono Hawaiian Barbecue. Because, you know, I've been in the kitchen before, and I've taken culinary classes, so, that's something I would like to do. I definitely would like to also do acting as well, but since acting is kind of somewhat of a harder field to get into, just a little bit, in terms of, you'll need an agent. Sometimes you would need to take a lot of classes, and that way you can get connections, and blah, blah, blah. It's not the easiest thing, but sometimes, you know, you can be in the right place at the right time, and you can get some connections, or something can happen, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, for the time being, I do definitely want to get a job, so at the very least, I can upgrade the computer, I can get some money, I can, you know, not worry about money being an issue for certain things. Yeah, that's what I tend to do, and sometimes I'll just go over to Javon's place, and I'll hang out with him for a bit. And we tend to drive around downtown LA sometimes. I mean, most of the time we always say, oh, we're gonna go somewhere, but we end up getting in the car and we drive, and that's kind of it. Like, we talk, and we kind of mess around with each other in the car. You know, like, we kind of, he plays, like, some silly rap music, and, you know, we're kind of, sometimes he plays some memes or whatever. He's really into memes for some reason, though, but he's not cringy at all. He's not cringy in the slightest. But yeah, we kind of just, like, joke around in the car. It's kind of funny, though. But, like, yeah, and sometimes we'll go ahead and film a video at his house, or we'll film, like, a skit at a local park that's not too far from us. It's kind of like in the middle, I guess, in some ways. Yeah, that's kind of what I happen to do in my free time, and yeah, I would like to do a lot more things, but yeah, that's kind of it. Alright, continuing here, Derek Hassel, yeah, that's the next guy, says, hey Josh, talking about My Little Pony Forgot Friendship. Not quite sure what you meant there, unless you were trying to say that I forgot to talk about My Little Pony, or have I forgot about it? No, I mean, I don't know. If that's what you're trying to say, then no, I haven't forgotten about the show. I'm just not that interested in it anymore. It's not really the fact that I think the show's gotten bad. I think, in a way, I've kind of outgrown it. I mean, I still, like, I don't know. I still like art from the show, or fan art that people draw. I'm not completely like pushing myself away from the franchise or anything. I just haven't really been watching the show lately. I haven't been watching any of the older episodes. I haven't been watching any of the newer episodes. I don't know. I don't really know what it is. But, and I haven't seen the movie either, so, yeah. There was no way that I was going to go to the movie theaters to see that. Only reason why I say that because my own pride and my own my own dignity, to be honest with you, would not allow me to do that. So, yeah. Yeah. I haven't forgotten about the show. I just haven't really been watching it. Kind of lost interest in it. I might try to get myself back into it and whatnot. I don't know, but that depends. If anything, the fandom, in some ways, some people from the fandom kind of keep me away from going back because some people in the Brony fandom can be pretty cringy. You know, as I'm sure some of you guys know, but yeah. So that's kind of where that goes. Alright, so let's continue. Waluigi Bowser Jr. says your Valentine's was fine. Mr. Ed Awesome, who I think he left, says I overdosed on chocolate. Crunchy Cookie 06 says for Valentine's Day I threw a party and invited all my friends and family and friends. We even had leftover candy. Okay, that's good. My mom actually got me a kind of went. Okay, I think, yeah, good. My mom gave me like a plush bunny and some Skittles, so that was cool. Where am I now? Derek Castle said I had the best Valentine's ever. I was cuddling with Queen Chrysalis. She was hot. Okay. I don't know how to react to that, but okay. It's interesting. But that's cool. That's cool. You know, do you? I don't judge. I mean, who am I to judge? I'm weird as hell. So, yeah. Crunchy Cookie 06 says, I don't want to hear any more of this horrible park shooting. Come on, killing people just for the... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to hear about it either, but trust me, we're going to be hearing about this for the next 2 weeks, and then we're going to move on to something else. Just like how almost everything else is controversial happens. And to be honest, again, I just don't think anything's going to change. Like, if we have, you know, the guy who shot up a few kids at an elementary school and nothing happened, nothing's going to happen now, unfortunately. So it's like, I kind of lost hope on that one. D5ATA, how long until you think they make Loner's Day or some holiday for those who would spend Valentine's Day alone? Well, on Valentine's Day, they do have a single awareness thing. That's the same day, but it's called, like, Single Awareness Day. And that's basically, you know, it's just for people who are single, and I guess they enjoy being single, and they kind of celebrate that, I guess. Which, I think they also have that on another day of the year. Not sure. Might be called National Singles Day or something like that. I have no flipping clue. I don't know, but which was interesting because like I was going to make a video talking about how you guys shouldn't cry about Valentine's Day if you don't have a Valentine's, you know, whatever, but didn't do that, and I was like, it's whatever. But yeah, there is a holiday for that, technically. Obviously, it's not widely celebrated because almost everyone is in a relationship, and so I'm still single. I think I'm the only person in my friend circle who is single and is still a virgin. And I'm the oldest one in that group. I'm 21. So that's kind of pathetic, but at the same time, I don't care about any of that crap, man. Like, honest to God, it's not important. For me, what's important is having good friends, getting a job, getting money, doing what I like to do, and living a good life, and at least having some good experiences. So, you know, that's the stuff I put at value, whereas making love is like 0, I think, at the moment. It's weird for me to even talk about that. I never talked about that on this channel. Don't think I'm gonna do that again. But anyway, let's continue. That's freaking weird. Ty Humphrey says, why NBC Kids replaced by The More You Know by I don't know about that, actually. And you say, hey, how you doing? Waluigi and Bowser Jr. says, do I have the Nintendo Switch? No, I do not. I haven't really gotten any game consoles recently. I'm not really all that into games anymore. It used to be, but kind of, I don't know. Claire Naima? Clark. Oops. Clark Naima says, have you caught up on Nick, Disney, or Cartoon Network? Not 100% sure what you mean by that. I guess you mean, have I found all this something, I don't know. If you mean if I am aware of what's going on those channels, then yes, I am definitely aware of what's going on at least on Nickelodeon and on Cartoon Network. With Disney Channel, I don't really watch them anymore because there's kind of nothing on there for me to watch, you know, so. Yeah, I've heard Andy Mack is a good show. I'm just still not really interested. And and then apparently there's a gay character in there, which is cool. It's all cool and dandy. But of course they had to make that into a big deal. I would like to live in a society where, you know, we don't make big deals out of things like that. You know, it's like, oh, there's a gay character. It's like, okay, that's cool. Instead of everyone making it into a revolution, which I guess I understand because, you know, there's this whole thing about, especially in today's age, this whole thing about representation in the media, which is exactly why so many people are so excited for Black Panther, because Black Panther is mainly a all-black cast and only a couple, if like not just a few white people in the movie, but it's mainly an all-black cast, and it's got like strong black women characters in there that, you know, they can take care of themselves and they don't need the man to save them or whatever, which they don't say it, and they don't have that attitude where it's like, I don't need a man to save my life or whatever. It's not that. It's just that they're able to handle themselves and, you know, all that. So, yeah. Again, movie was good, but that's why everybody was so excited for Black Panther, because of representation. And that's kind of the same thing when it comes to, you know, having a gay character in a television show. People get excited because, you know, it's about the representation and blah, blah, blah. Which is cool. It's cool. Which, if anything, when it comes to me in television shows, like with me and the Black Panther, I didn't, you know, really go into the movie being like, yay, it's the first movie with all black cast, or first superhero movie with all black and blah, blah, blah. Nah, you know, I just liked it because it was a really good movie, and it was had a good story. I really, really did like it. It's interesting because, like, almost every single other person I follow on Instagram or on Facebook, and they're black, and they happen to go to a screening of the Black Panther, I always, and it's kind of funny. It's interesting. I didn't see any of that at the El Capitan Theater, which was really surprising. But, oh, excuse me. It was funny because, like, a lot of people I'd see, again, posting pictures on Instagram or Facebook or what have you, they would be kind of dressed up in this African attire, really, you know, show off their culture and everything. And they would, you know, kind of, some of them had, like, some paintings on their face and whatnot. You know, they were really, really excited for this. And for me, it was just, you know, it was just another movie, and it was cool, and blah, blah, you know, but yeah. So, yeah. With Cartoon Network, going from Disney to Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network, you know, it's the same crap, just Teen Titans Go constantly with the Unikitty. I honestly tried to watch Unikitty. I just can't get into it. I've heard some people say it's not that bad, but it's not that good either. I tried, and I failed. I just can't sit through that. I don't know. I like the character Unikitty. You know, like, she was great in the movie, but I don't know. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. But anyway, on to the next. Ty Humphrey, thoughts on The Loud House. I've said that multiple times. Like The Loud House. Think it's a good cartoon. I don't know if I'm going to make a video about that at all. Especially now, since it's been on for a while. I don't know. It depends. But, yeah. But, case in point, I like The Loud House. I watched the show a couple of times. It's a good show. And then you say thoughts on Apple and Onion. That looks weird, but I'm not going to really judge it based on how it looks, because, you know, it's an apple and an onion. I will say this. It looks much, much better than Pickle and Peanut. Pickle and Peanut was garbage. It still is garbage. It still airs on Disney XD, which is like, what? I'm surprised people even watch that damn thing. But hey, you know, to each his own. You know, we all like different things. So, again, can't judge on that one. But yeah, it definitely looks much better than Pickle and Peanut. So, I will give Apple and Orange, Apple and Onion a chance, and I'll take a look at that. Hopefully Cartoon Network, what was that pilot called? Welcome to My Life? I think it was called, yeah, Welcome to My Life with, you know, the monster living in a normal human world. He was kind of like the only monster family, and he was trying to fit in, yada, yada, yada. I really do hope they take that somewhere. Whether it's on Cartoon Network or whether it's on another channel, hopefully they do happen to do something with that cartoon, because that cartoon was really, really good. And I think a lot of people would like that to become a series. So hopefully they definitely do something with that. That'll be cool. Okay, so let's continue. Mr. Ed Awesome just randomly asked me, what's better, cheese or cake? Cheese or cake? It's a weird question because they're not the it's way two different mediums. There's cheese and there's cake. I don't know. It's freaking weird. So Ty Humphrey kind of asked me some interesting questions. Jordan Plays Games says, "Hey Josh, hey, how you doing? I hope you're enjoying the stream. Hope all you guys are enjoying the stream." One Mike 19 says, "I'm celebrating 10 years on YouTube." Nice. I've been on YouTube for, I honestly have no clue. When did I start YouTube? 2012, 2013? So probably about almost 5 years or maybe 6 years. Not quite sure, to be honest with you. Did not think I would survive on YouTube for that long, to be honest with you. Gotta stop saying to me, you know. But yeah, it's interesting. And it's weird because I keep going in and I keep going out and out, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to keep doing that. I want to continue to provide content for you guys. So even if that means that I'm going to be doing streams more often or something like that, then yeah, we'll see. Plump Show Host, hey, how you doing? Says, I don't like Valentine's Day a lot. Yeah, I feel you. Most people don't like Valentine's Day, maybe because they are single, and, you know, I mean, again, as I said in the last stream, if I did say that in the last stream, was the fact that if you are in high school and you're single, high school on Valentine's Day is the worst, because everyone around you has a girlfriend or they have a boyfriend or whatever, and you see them kind of smooching, and it just makes you kind of feel lonely, you know. So it does suck. But you know, I used to be that person who would hate Valentine's Day because of that reason. Not just because of that reason, but because of the fact that, you know, when I was like 2014, I was just kind of bickering, not really bickering, but complaining at the fact that I didn't have a girlfriend, and I can't get a girlfriend, there's no girl that ever liked me, and blah, blah, blah. You know, but, excuse me, yeah, I've definitely gotten over that, because honestly, it's not something you really need, you know, like, a girlfriend, you don't really need, boyfriend, you don't really need, you know, like, it's a want, you know, it's not something you actually need, unless for some reason you actually do need someone. I mean, yeah, I understand it's nice to have one, obviously, you know, someone to support you and someone to be there with you all the time and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, for some people, including myself, it's just, you know, it's not important. Not important. So, yeah, so that's kind of how I got through Valentine's Day. It was just to, you know, not really let any of that get to me. Not be like, oh man, I'm still single and blah, blah, blah. In fact, I take a look at myself being single and turn it into a positive. You know, and sometimes that's what you have to do to try to get over certain situations, or to try to get over, well, yeah, sorry. So try to get over, you know, maybe what's going on in your life. This is gonna be an interesting story. It's gonna kind of take a turn for dark a little bit. Not dark, but kind of sad, but not 100%. One of the moments that really tested me, I guess, is when I found out that my birth mom, as you guys probably know, and probably don't know, I am adopted. I'm currently living with my adopted mother right now. She adopted me in 2003, 2002? I don't know. But yeah, I recently, not 100% recently, but in 2013 found out that my birth mom has passed away in 2010. And yeah, that was a pretty sad thing for me to hear, because that meant, oh, I'm never going to be able to see her again, yada, yada, yada. But what I did, which kind of showed me maturing a bit more, was that I kind of just looked at what she did for me. You know, like, she couldn't really, she couldn't take care of me because she was an alcoholic, and so she put me in foster care. And so, if anything, all I really could say at that moment really was just thank you to her for putting me in foster care and, you know, not keeping me. Because if anything, it probably would have been worse if I was still with her and she died. That would have been much, much worse. And who knows what kind of a person I would have been. I probably wouldn't be doing this right now. Probably wouldn't be here right now. I would probably be a different kind of person. I don't know. The only thing I can say is that, you know, she's done really good of just putting me in foster care. That, you know, that way I've met amazing people, and I've, you know, met the current mother I'm living with right now. And, you know, so when I heard that, all I did was, you know, heard of her passing, all I did was kind of make a tribute post on Facebook. And, you know, just to kind of say that I appreciate what she did and she will be missed and everything. So, as much as a negative or a sad thing that was to hear that she is gone, I turned into a positive, and, you know, I'm feeling good. Oh, and another thing, actually, which is interesting, 2015? Yeah, 2015, I actually started to get connected to my, you know, original family. My original sister, she found me, and now we're connected, and my original aunt and cousins and everything like that. So, you know, she somehow found me on Facebook, and now I'm kind of, you know, gaining all the connections with my you know, original first family and original relatives and stuff. And it's interesting because my god sister kind of went through the same thing. She found out that her birth mother has also died, and she just recently, I think last year, yeah, she recently found out. Well, she didn't recently find out that she had 4 sisters or 3 other sisters, but she found her 4 other sisters, and they connected with each other. And so, you know, we kind of went through the same thing, and it was interesting. So, but yeah, so that's kind of what I have to say about that. And hopefully that could be a lesson, really, because, you know, sometimes things don't go your way all the time, and sometimes things will be seeming to be sad. But as long as you can, you know, take something that is generally sad or negative, and you can try to turn that into a positive, it could definitely help you out, and it will also make you feel better. You won't feel sad or depressed and yada, yada, yada. And, you know, sometimes that'll help you, you know, kind of better yourself as a person. Like, if you're going through, say, tough times at school, like, it may seem grim, definitely just, like, keep telling yourself that you can do it, you can get good grades, you can graduate on time, you can do this, you can do that, or whatever. Or at the very least, just try to, you know, try to encourage yourself, and you will definitely be able to feel better, and you will be able to accomplish something, you know, and that's something I've learned. So, yeah, continuing on with even more questions. That was an interesting deep talk that I just had with you guys. I don't think I've done that before. Maybe I have, not 100% sure about that, though, but yeah, that was definitely interesting. So let's continue. Plum show host. Ah, you're also 21. That's cool. D5 at T8 says, I will drink to that. I'm not sure what you mean. You probably mean about a single thing, because I think that's what you asked about before. One Mike. Oh, the Gamer Brony says hi. Hi, how you doing? Again, just realizing how many people that are subscribed to me that are still bronies. Which it must be interesting to see how I used to be a brony, then I stopped being a brony, but still used the Pony Creator avatar thing, and now I'm using a bunny avatar. It must be a very interesting transition with this channel. One Mikey 19 asks, what are your thoughts on Universal Kids? I know Universal Kids used to be Sprouts, and they still air some Sprouts content on their channel. It's interesting. I think it's kind of like a mix of a little kids channel and just a general kids channel or something like that. They air some stuff from Cartoon Network's older show. Well, technically it wasn't their show, but they aired it. DreamWorks Dragons Riders of Berk. And I think I've seen some of the stuff from Netflix on there as well. Like, one of the shows I've seen them air was All Hail King Julian, and I know that was a Netflix cartoon. So, it's interesting. I haven't really watched, anything from there. So I'm not interested, but, yeah. So, I guess Universal Kids isn't that bad, whatever, Ty Humphrey doing a commentary on the old video by regular Josh 1. Okay. Jordan plays games. How you doing? Streaming.
Can you help me get some stuff out of the car? Are you on?
Yeah. Streaming.
Huh?
Streaming. Okay. I'll get to it soon. Okay. So, Jordan Plays Games asks, Josh, what do you think about Coco? Haven't seen that movie. Would like to at some point, but haven't gotten to it. Heard good things about it. My friend Javon has seen the movie, and he's told me good things about it as well. Crunchy Cookie 06 asks, what is... Wait, hold on a second. Okay. I'm gonna definitely have to talk about something that I definitely have an opinion on, though, but I'll get to that in a second. It's about this guy. If you guys know him, is Jake Paul and his whole KSI situation. I'll talk about that. That's honestly kind of got me annoyed. But back to Crunchy Cookie 06 question. What is your opinion on the Aristocats? If you hate it, I respect your opinion, but it's one of my favorite movies. Yeah, I haven't seen the movie in a long time, but it's one of my favorites as well. I think one of my more favorite classic Disney movies is Lady and the Tramp. It's always kind of had a certain connection or something. I always watched it when I was a kid, and still one of my favorites. Aristocats is one of my favorite. Aristocats is one of my favorites as well. I haven't seen it in a long time. I haven't seen a lot of the classic old Disney movies in a long time. One Mikey 19 asks, what are your thoughts on the new DuckTales? Seen a couple of episodes of that. It's a pretty good show. I can't really compare it to the old one because I haven't seen any of the previous series of that, but from what I've seen from the new DuckTales episodes pretty good. Let's see here. D5 ATA, what about cheesecake? Yeah, that's a better question. Because, that one person just asked, what do I like better, cheese or cake? It was kind of like, what? So, if you're trying to put those two together, you could have... Yeah. Jason says, hi, I'm an unknown YouTuber now who does animation, a blog series, and other weird stuff. Well, hey, you're welcome here. How you doing? I might check out you. I think I've seen some stuff from you before. Not sure. If so, if I haven't, then I definitely will check out what you do. But yeah, let's see. What else? Oh, practically the end here. Josh, what made you decide to not get into the brony lifestyle anymore? Just at the time when it came to the fandom, they were just like, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, to be honest. I think no, I think at the time there was like they were kind of complaining about a lot of stupid stuff, and I was kind of like, I don't want to associate myself with that crowd. And now when I kind of see them on YouTube or on Facebook, not the whole group. The whole group's not cringy, but there's a lot of people within that group that I find cringy, and I'm like, I'm not putting myself in that environment or in that. I don't want to be associated with any of that, but yeah, so that's part of it. And that's kind of the reason why it kind of strides me away from watching the show, I guess. You know, sometimes it's a weird thing. I think it's not just with me, but with other people. I tend to kind of just like lose interest in a show or stay away from a show if I think the fandom is a bit too out of control, crazy, or cringy. That's with a lot of people, honestly, which makes sense. I mean, I think that's kind of why there's a huge situation that's going on with Steven Universe, because as great as the show is, the fandom can be just terrible, like complete garbage. And so I don't know, somehow they probably have to just change that or something, but or they gotta fix themselves or something like that. Not 100% sure how to explain that, but yeah. Oh, Wheeler Fox. Okay, that's the last person who's asked me anything, and then I'll get to the topic that I just found out about. Well, not just found out about it, but oh, there was another one. So Wheeler Fox asked opinion on the new Peter Rabbit movie. Again, still haven't seen it. I've heard, I guess, a couple of good things about it. I'm surprised. I'm surprised there's, because when the original trailer first came out, it kind of got a lot of backlash for, you know, the Mr. McGregor part. Everyone's like, oh, Mr. McGregor's too young. Even though I found out that that's not the original Mr. McGregor. That's his nephew. I wish they at least cleared that up in the trailers or something, but they didn't do that, so it's like, okay, that's fine. Which is the thing I kind of hate sometimes about trailers that are for like certain movies, is that they tend to not always say, oh, what the movie's going to be about or what the movie is or something. They kind of just show you silly scenes or interesting scenes just to get you interested in watching, which makes sense because you know you always got to grab the viewer's attention. But sometimes I wish they could explain more about what the movie was. Like for instance, Sing. You know, the movie Sing that came out last year, at the beginning of 2017, I think, or the end of 2016. I don't remember. But I remember when I was watching the trailers for it, I was like honestly confused on what the show was about. Was it trying to be a movie version of a singing competition, or was there an actual story behind it? Who's the main character? Whatever. I don't know. It was confusing, but then when you watch the movie, you understand what it really is. I just wish they could, you know, not always do that with these movie trailers. So I just wish they could kind of like, I guess, tell us more about, again, what the movie is and the story and all that stuff. Okay, and so now it's the last question here. Jason, or not just when I say this is the last question, someone else asked me. Okay. So Jason says, was there a time where you met a toxic community? Because I hate when YouTubers, fans, and haters are talking crap negatively about Nintendo. A toxic community. That's tough. I'd have to say, shoot. That's a really tough one. I can't really choose which community I'd have to say I met that was really toxic. I kind of want to say Steven Universe, but at the same time, I'm not quite sure if I want to. Well, somewhat, yeah, because you know, some of the character, not some of the characters, some of the people. I think most people on the Steven, well, not most people, but there's a lot of people that are part of the Steven Universe fandom that excuse me, that are on Tumblr. And if you know how Tumblr is very, very toxic. Like, oh Christ. They're kind of the reason why, I'd have to say. People on Tumblr are kind of one of the reasons why I guess there's people in this society that tend to not like the LGBT community, because you know, the way they act. And I had to unfortunately say I'm one of those people. I'm totally fine with people who are gay, lesbian, bisexual, and blah blah blah. It's just the community. If the community changed how they were, then I wouldn't have an issue. But, you know, so I am okay with people individually. I don't care about what gender you are, what color you are, what sexuality you are, whatever. I don't care. For me, as long as you're a good person, as long as we get along, as whatever, then you're good in my book. But again, with people in the community, it's kind of just, I think the community as a whole and somewhat is kind of toxic, and I really hope they fix the way that they act, because it will backfire in their, it will backfire at some point. But I don't know. The time I met a toxic community, that's really a tough one to answer. I mean, maybe I just answered it right now though, but yeah, I don't know. Crunchy Cookie 06 says, have you ever wanted to travel around the world? If so, which new places would you like to go? Well, I've already kind of traveled out of this country a couple of times. One of the first places I traveled to, I was out of the country, not within the states, because I've visited a lot of states already. But I've done... okay, I don't know. But I've traveled to Canada. At first, I went to Vancouver. That was when I went to a trip to Seattle for one of my cousin's college graduation, yeah, which he unfortunately passed away a few months ago of leukemia, and that was tough. But yeah, but we went up there for his graduation, and then we traveled up to Canada for, I think, a couple of days or a few days. How long were we in Canada for?
I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days.
3 or 4 days, yeah. We went to Vancouver and visited like a botanical garden, and then we did like a suspension bridge park. I forgot what it's called though. It was definitely interesting. Another place that I went to that was outside of the country was, I've been to Jamaica, been to Cuba, I've been to Cabo, Mexico, and the biggest trip, the biggest trip that I've done was Europe, which was in 2012 or 2013. No, it was 2012, I think. And I went to Munich, Germany, Salzburg, Austria, and Florence, Rome, and Venice in Italy. And that was the biggest trip I've ever done outside of the continent, and it was really fun. I've done a couple of videos of that, which are not really all that good, but yeah, it was definitely a very good trip. It was a very nice experience, honestly. Now, in terms of if there was like any new places I would like to go, you know, it's interesting for me to for me as a person that has done a lot of these trips, that's been out of the country, I'm always, for some reason, very hesitant when I get the opportunity to leave the country again. Don't know why. Maybe it's the flight or something. I don't know. Even though the flight to London... Oh! Been to London, even though that was a... what do you call those? Overlay, I think? Layover, yeah. Reverse. Yeah, so it was a layover stop, really, but still... Been to London, so that was cool. But even so, the 10-hour flight from LA to London wasn't that bad. I mean, if as long as you're sitting next to somebody, to a group of friends, or you have like entertainment, they generally give you like this television screen where you can watch anything and stuff, and so that's basically how you kind of keep yourself entertained. But yeah, in terms of a new place I would like to travel to, I don't know. I've always wanted to go to Japan for some reason. There's always been like interesting things I've seen about like Tokyo and all that. You know, they got like an interesting culture. I've always kind of liked their style over there. Another place I'd like to go to. That's a good question. Oh no, yeah, I said Japan. I would like to. Yeah, I would also like to go to Paris one day. That'd be cool. That would be cool to go to Paris Disneyland one day, because you know that's pretty big. Like to go to different Disneylands across the globe and shoot. That would be cool. Let's see here. What else? I think that's kind of all I can. Well, I would like to actually go, travel a bit more around the UK because I do like the UK as well. See the castle and everything and all that stuff. If anything, to be honest, like a lot of stuff that I wanted to see when I was younger, I visited. Like I got to see the Colosseum in Rome, got to visit Rome, and got to visit Venice. I remember I was watching this show when I was a kid. And I remember, I don't know what it was. It was probably like Little Einsteins or something like that. And I think like they visited Venice or it was another show. Not quite sure. But, I remember seeing the gondolas and I was seeing like the bridges and the, basically the rivers in between. You know how they have like the rivers as the, kind of like the streets of Venice, Italy. And, ever since I've seen that, I've always wanted to visit a place like that. And again, the Colosseum, I always wanted to visit the Colosseum in Rome as well. I got to visit the, I think called St. Peter's Church. I think that's the world's biggest church. That's where, the Vatican is. I visited the Vatican, got to see the Pope. That was pretty cool. But yeah, there was a lot of things that I wanted to see, when I was younger, and I actually got to see it when I was there. And another cool thing is that I got to see where The Sound of Music was filmed, or areas of where The Sound of Music was filmed near Salzburg, Austria, and that was also pretty cool. If you're wondering how I got to do these things, I was a part of a choir called the Young Men's Ensemble, and we got to do tours like almost every summer. I was a inaugural member. I was one of the first people to actually join that group, and I was the last founding member to leave that group. Well, no, yeah. I was the last founding member to leave that group in 2015 when I graduated from high school. And it was cool. The first trip that we've done, which was technically our first tour, was just a weekend trip to San Francisco and back. And then the second one that they did, which I didn't go to with them, was Michigan, I think. Yeah. And then, which was weird because I was also in Michigan. I was in Detroit, Michigan, and for some reason I didn't want to meet up with them. Well, I don't know. It was weird. I was younger at the time. But then the next one was Europe, which I also was hesitant to go to, and I think it was because I was just a bit nervous leaving the country or something. Because it's across the globe. It's pretty far from California. It's pretty far away. So I think that was part of the nervousness, and I haven't been that far away from my mom before at the time, and I haven't been on a trip. I haven't been away from mom 2 weeks in another location away from mom at the time either, so I think that was partially what I was also nervous about. And again, I think it was also like the flight time that kind of just, wasn't sitting well with me. For some reason, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I've traveled almost every single year. I've gone to a lot of places. This year, I've been to New York, as you guys know, and I saw SpongeBob the Musical on Broadway, which is pretty goddamn good. Like, if you guys go to New York, you gotta see the show. Like, trust me, you have to see SpongeBob the Musical. It's a really, really good show. I am gonna end the stream pretty soon, but I definitely am going to talk about something at some point. Let's see here. Yeah, but continuing. What was I saying? Yeah, but yeah, for some reason when it comes to me and not driving, for me and flying, I get nervous for some reason. I don't know. Well, for me, I don't like the turbulence, and that kind of is what bugs me sometimes. And I kind of always have kind of somewhat paranoid sometimes, even though when it comes to me getting into the air, like when we take off, sometimes the nervousness that I have goes away, and then I feel, you know, I'm relaxed, more relaxed. And I'm like, okay, well, now we're in the air, and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And that whole situation now. Which is interesting. Yeah, I've been on for about an hour. So, yeah, I'm going to end this pretty soon. But there would be one more thing that I do want to talk about, and I do want to get that on my chest, honestly, because, like, the whole situation is just ridiculous. But there's only 3 people watching, too, so yeah, to the people who are watching, hope you're doing well. Again, I'm going to end it very soon, but not now, so, yeah, unless my app decides to crash on me for some reason. But, yeah, that's the whole situation with me traveling and going to other places and stuff. So, yeah, that was very interesting. I should have made a video about that, I guess, but, I don't know. And Jason says I wanted to go to Japan, too. Cool, that's cool, yeah. Japan has some interesting things there, and I would like to experience that at least one day. But again, I don't know, the flight time, for some reason, kind of just doesn't sit well with me. It's kind of weird. But anyway, the last thing that I'm going to talk about, and no one has asked me any other questions, so, the last thing I want to talk about, and I didn't really want to talk about this guy on my stream. I mean, well, yeah, on my stream or on my videos at all. But since his name is not in the title, screw it, I'm going to talk about him. Jake Paul. Okay, so if you guys are probably aware, you probably do know, you probably don't know, not 100% sure. And, again, sorry for the stream going pretty long. I'm sure, yeah, it's 10 o'clock where some of you guys are, so it's getting late. I apologize for that. But again, you know, Jake Paul, if you guys know, there's this whole thing with Jake Paul and KSI challenged Jake Paul and Logan Paul, but mainly Jake Paul, I think, to a boxing match because he just boxed with Joe Weller. And, like, this whole thing is kind of just irritated the crap out of me for a few reasons. One, you have Jake Paul that keeps dodging the situation with KSI. He's like, oh, Dad, I want you to fight KSI for me. And then he's like, oh, Logan, I want you to fight KSI for me. And then he's like, oh, Deji, you brought yourself into the situation. Now I want to fight you. And then I'll fight KSI. And yada, yada, yada. It's just kind of like, dude, either you don't want to fight KSI or you fight KSI. It's that simple. And not only that, if you're afraid to fight KSI, just announce it and people will give you more respect. Or if anything, if you say you're going to fight KSI, then people would have given you a lot more respect than we do now. Which you're definitely getting no respect from me because I just do not like this guy at all. You know, I mean, it's crazy because with Logan Paul, he did, you know, everyone knows the whole controversial thing with him filming a dead body, yada, yada, yada. At the very least, with that guy, I could at least somewhat forgive him and somewhat still respect him. Like, you know, even after all that, he's still not a shitty person. Or another way to put it is that, which is interesting, I found that, like, Jake Paul, lately with his videos, he's been getting a lot more dislikes on his videos, whereas with Logan Paul, he's been getting kind of like the same like to dislike ratio that he's been getting before this whole controversial thing has started. Which is interesting. Which, sure, okay, I get it. Most people who watch his videos are fans of his anyway, so that's kind of how it goes. But still, it's I don't know, it's kind of weird. But the whole thing with the Jake Paul and KSI situation, besides the fact that Jake Paul is obviously scared and he's like, oh, I don't want to fight KSI, or he's not saying that he doesn't want to fight KSI. We just know by the way he's talking and by, you know, his body language and by the things that he does, we know he doesn't want to fight KSI. But the dude keeps acting as if KSI is irrelevant just because he doesn't get a lot of views as Jake Paul, which, for one, Jake Paul posts videos every single day, so Of course he's going to get more views. But KSI has a lot more subscribers than Jake Paul. He's got like, what, 4 or 5 million more subscribers than Jake Paul even has. So, I don't know who's more irrelevant, KSI or Jake Paul. I'd have to say Jake Paul's more irrelevant. And not only that, but Jake Paul has been using KSI's name and his titles for like the past 5 or 6 videos, and he's been using his face in his thumbnail for the past 5 or 6 videos. And it's clear to almost every single person that he is using his name to get views. It's clearly obvious, but for some reason he keeps acting like, oh, you're still irrelevant, you're irrelevant. And even in his damn videos, he keeps calling him KFC or CSI or whatever. It's like, dude, it's not working. Everybody knows that you know this guy, and everybody knows that you follow him, so stop trying to act as if you think, you don't know this dude. Because you and all of us know that you know him. You can't fool anybody except for your stupid 5 to 10-year-old demographic. Oi, which is just, cringy as hell. But the one thing that also gets me extremely annoyed, and I just realized I got another question, which I'll answer that one, and that'll be my last question. He may not really be watching anymore. And this mine out of sync character, which is not in the stream, but I don't know. Okay, cool. You knew I was talking about. In fact, I'll just answer your question right now. Any other movies that you are looking at? If in terms of like any other movies I'm wanting to watch that's in that's going to the theaters, or if you're talking about just any other movie that I am interested in watching that's going to the theaters, Incredibles. Very, very, very excited for Incredibles. I think I'm going to go back to the El Capitan movie, to El Capitan Theater to see that movie there, I think. Northwestern just joined, says, are you late? Kinda, but I'm not done yet, so you're not too late. I'm not just going off stream now. I'm kind of talking about the KSI versus Jake Paul situation, mainly because like I kind of just got to get off my chest because it's kind of just really frustrated the crap out of me. So yeah, if you're okay with me talking about that, then you can stay. Alexander says it has returned. It's interesting. But yeah, continuing with the Jake Paul and KSI situation. The funny thing about the entire thing is that, like, this guy, Jake Paul, keeps trying to act like he's the tough guy. Like, first of all, you have, Deji, Comedy Shorts Gamer, who came in, and he was defending his brother, and, he watched, like, one of Jake Paul's videos, and he was calling Jake Paul a pussy. And, like, Jake Paul, it's so funny because Jake Paul can't even say the word. He's like, oh, Deji's keep calling me the P word, so of course he's gonna have to try to get into it. I'm like, dude, how can you, first of all, how can you, okay, let me backtrack again. Okay, so first of all, just because someone makes a video about you and is calling you a pussy, that doesn't mean that they want to fight you, and it doesn't mean that, you gotta be like, oh, so you talking shit, man, so we gotta fight, we gotta squabble. No, that's not what that means. That's a bully move. Bullies, that's what bullies do. Bullies are the ones that are like, oh, what'd you say about me? What'd you say about my mama? We're gonna fight. That's exactly what bullies do. And you're a bully. That's exactly what Jake Paul is. He's a bully. So, that's one. Two, I like how, he keeps trying to fight Deji, even though Deji is not the one that challenged him, and Deji is not the one that wants to fight either. He keeps trying to go for the weaker person, which is another thing that bullies do. Bullies also try to fight somebody who they know is weaker than them, and they know that they have the upper hand because they're either taller or they're stronger or whatever, and the smaller person is, So that's what he's been constantly doing, and, like, he keeps calling Deji soft or whatever because he doesn't want to fight him. Like, I saw the video where they met up at this park at midnight, and Jake Paul just bought like two pairs of boxing gloves, and he was expecting them to start boxing there, like in the middle of the park. It was just like, are you freaking stupid? Like, are you serious? And not only that, but like, he kept calling Deji soft And the other thing is he kept trying to call this kept trying to call the shots the entire time, and it's like, no, Jake Paul, you can't do that. Okay, KSI was the one that challenged you. You're not the person who's challenging anyone. Not only that, but he already has won a belt. So he's the one that calls the shots. He's the one that makes the rules. You can't do that. You're probably used to calling the shots in almost everything that you do, which is probably exactly why you're doing what you're doing. I don't know, but that's probably exactly what's going on. But, like, again, you know, Deji keeps telling him to fight KSI, and then he's like, oh, if you don't want to fight me right now, man, you're soft. You're soft. And it's like, first of all, for a guy who can't even say the word pussy, you cannot be talking. And I'm just saying this out loud. My mom's probably hearing me. I don't know. Sorry about that. But for a guy who can't even say that word, you cannot talk and say that someone is soft. If you keep saying, oh, he calling me that P word, you know, like, if you can't even say the word, you have no right to call someone else soft or scared or anything like that. You just can't, dude. You can't, alright? And not only that, but, like, KSI said he wanted to fight you, but you kept trying to backtrack and say, oh, no, I want to fight your little brother because he brought himself into this. And not only that, but you keep trying to change terms. And so now KSI is like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to deal with you anymore. I'm going to just, I'm not going to deal with you. I'm just going to move on and I'm going to try to fight somebody else. And now Jake Paul saw that and he was like, oh, so you canceled, so now you're the wuss. It's like, dude, just stop. Because like, you can continue to say that, oh, KSI is the one that's scared or Deji is the one that's scared. You can continue to say that, but it's clear as day to everyone. You're the person that's scared, not KSI, not Deji. It's you. Because you know that if you were to have gotten into the ring with KSI, you would be dead. He would knock you out. You know this. And obviously I understand why you wouldn't want to admit that. But we all know, based on the actions that you have been taking, that you are afraid. And you know that you would have been knocked the crap out of in the ring. And that's exactly why you're backtracking and you're doing this. But the funny part about this is even when KSI left and now he's saying, oh, you're scared and blah, blah, blah. He's still using his name in his title for views. And he's now trying to, you know, like, KSI has moved on. And, like, he's still trying to bring KSI back into the fight. He's like, okay, so now KSI, I want to fight you. I got Floyd Mayweather to be my trainer, which, like, of course, he would try. First of all, I don't think it's even going to matter whether you have Floyd Mayweather as your trainer. Probably wouldn't even matter in the slightest. And not only that, but just give up, bro. Just give up, okay? Like, it's over. Unless KSI makes a video and says, okay, we're going to fight, but it's only a boxing match or whatever, then it's not over. You can try. And I don't know. Just, the whole thing is just irritating. Like, Jake Paul just irritates the crap out of me. He is so cringy. He is a shitty person. And, like, just, yeah, it's ridiculous. So that's kind of all I have to say about that. And I'm going to answer a couple of other things, and then I'm going to end the stream here. So, one Mikey19 says, do you have Amazon Prime? If you do, have you seen the kids show Just Add Magic? If you haven't, I highly recommend it. I used to have Amazon Prime, but to save money, I left Amazon Prime. My mom still has Amazon Prime, but I don't use her account because I don't buy anything anymore. Because again, don't really have any of the money. So excuse me. So that's basically the whole situation. So I haven't seen, and I don't know a lot of the shows that are on Amazon Prime, or hell, even on Netflix or Hulu or whatever. So I'm not really in that scene, even though I could start watching some of these excuse me, I could start watching some of these shows that only stream on Netflix, but I haven't really gotten into that. So yeah, who knows? I might start doing that one day. And what Northwestern says. No one in the Paul family has their screws tight, so not surprised. I don't know about the mother. The mother seems fine, but the father, all I can say is that the fact that he, in that one video, this girl was like blindfolded and she was getting kissed by like multiple Team 10 members, and I guess she had to choose which one was the best. I guess I was like kisser number 1, kisser number 2, kisser number 3, kisser number 4, whatever. And again, I don't know how old she was. But this guy who is, I think, in his 50s, kisses this little girl. I mean, well, I think she was probably 16, 17, 18 or something like that. I don't know. Either way, like, Jake Paul had his father kiss her. And, like, he was going into that kiss. And I'm like, whoa, dude. Off boundaries, bro. Like, that's, no. So, I don't know. Yeah, almost everyone in that family is kind of screwed. Again, I think the mother is okay, but and Logan Paul is kind of, you know, he's, but I still don't hate the guy, honestly, like, because for me, with the whole controversial situation, the way I see it is that he didn't mean any ill will in that video. He just handled the situation. He didn't handle it correctly. That's all I can really say about the whole situation. He just did not handle it well. He shouldn't have recorded that body. He should have at least just said that he found the dead body, and then he could have talked about suicide, saying that suicide is something that you shouldn't do, that people love you, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. If you need help, call this number, whatever. He should have just left it there, but for some reason he decided to record, you know, put the camera on the dead body and film it and yada, yada, yada. Which, and the thing is, which is crazy, is that, like, they went through the process of editing it and reviewing it, and not one of them said, hey, this isn't right, we should cut out those scenes and keep that out of the video or not post the video. I don't know why they didn't do that. Maybe they just didn't think it was wrong or whatever. I don't know, but it's crazy. Yeah. That's kind of all I have to say about it. I just hope that YouTube in 2018 gets better. Not just in terms of the platform, but in terms of the content, you know, or just the people who make the content, you know, because we already have one other crappy person on YouTube by the name of I'm Jay Station. You know, he stole someone's video game footage, and then he passes it off as his own. He's like, he pretends that he's playing it, and then, like, when the guy calls him out for it, he's like, you know, I can take down your video, so you have no grounds or whatever. And it's like, are you serious, dude? Like, really? Your channel definitely deserves to be taken down if you're going to threaten a smaller YouTuber whose footage that you're using in his video, in your video, and you're going to threaten to take his channel down. Are you serious? You are so shitty. But yeah, I don't know. But again, hopefully things get better for YouTube, and hopefully people get better in 2018 on YouTube, or just in general, which I honestly do not think is going to happen. Yeah, exactly what you said, Lob City 2.0, which if you just joined, I am sorry, this is near the end of the stream. But yeah, as you said, YouTube is trash nowadays. Just really hope it gets better. Yeah, so, that's, basically all I have to say for this stream. I might start doing streams every weekend, maybe. That really depends. Not quite sure. That is if that's something that you guys would like me to do. If you guys would like me to do that, you could, maybe comment that on my channel. I still have the comment section on the channel, I believe, so you can definitely go over there and check that out. Yeah, I don't know what my next video is going to be, unfortunately. Like, I know I was talking about what videos I can make the last time I did a stream, but I wanted it to be, well, I actually, no, I did say that it was going to be Black Panther review, which is going to be, I'm going to be in it, obviously, but it's going to mostly be Javon, and it might just be a him-only video at a certain point when we do it, because, again, he knows more about the character, and more about the story, and more about the, you know, the universe, and yada, 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 so I might leave that up to him. That is if we make the video. If we don't make the video, then I'll let you guys know. I do still want to do a Peter Rabbit review video, but I still haven't seen the movie, and I don't know when I'm going to see the movie. But hopefully that will be sometime soon, or if not, then that's just too bad. So, and I'll probably have to wait until it comes out on DVD, which when it eventually comes out on DVD, I'm probably going to lose interest in seeing the movie to begin with. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll definitely see about that. D5ATA just says, nice hearing from you, and thanks for answering my questions. Take care. Also, take care. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Lob City 2.0 says, all too bad I got here late. Well, you can always rewatch the stream. The stream's going to be posted on my channel anyway, so after I end the stream, you'll be able to see the whole thing. It might take a while for it to fully upload, but you'll be able to see it. Northwestern says, well, may not have been here long, but talk to you later. Yeah, I can always talk to you on Facebook, since you're a friend of mine there. And again, if you guys, I'll put a link, not a link, but I will put my username down as well. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, go follow me at Joshua Boyd Williams _actor. Just posted that right now on the comment section if any of you guys are still here. Yeah, I still got 4 people watching. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, you are very much welcome to follow me, and I'll make sure to follow you back. Hopefully I know who you guys are when you're following me. I'm probably gonna know. You can always send me a message on Instagram telling me that you're from YouTube and that you're from the stream or whatever, and then I'll definitely be sure to follow you guys. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and Lob City 2.0 just says, see you later, Josh. Keep making great content. I will. I do not want to keep going through the whole circle saying, I'm not going to make videos on YouTube anymore, and then I'm going to continue making videos, and I don't want to continue doing that. So, I will definitely continue to make videos for you guys. I do want to definitely improve. Not 100% sure how I'm going to do that, but that's definitely something that I'm going to work on. And hopefully I will continue to give you guys some more videos. If you guys have any ideas for videos that you want me to make, you can definitely go onto, I don't know what I'm doing here, but you can definitely go to the comment section on the channel, click on my channel, and go to the comment section, and request me videos to do there. And I might try to do something more with the website that I had. I haven't used that in a while, so I might try to bring that back as well. Yeah. And Lob City 2.0, my Instagram is Justin Ecart9965. Okay, so I definitely will try to find you on Instagram. Unless you follow me first, and then I'll definitely follow you back. Yeah, but anyways, again, thank you guys so much for watching the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And remember, you guys are hearing it from a regular bunny in a regular world. Peace out, and as always, thanks for watching. Alright, and